So I've got a question for you. So what is an hour of your time worth to your company? Last week, how much time did you spend working on $25 to $40 per hour tasks? These include things like answering emails, booking your own travel, scheduling data entry, and then also organizing files. How much time did you do these things? If you said 8 to 10 hours, it's time for you to hire an executive assistant, period. That's your decision trigger. Whenever you hit that point, you know it's time for you to decide to hire an executive assistant. For most small business owners, it takes a crisis moment to start working smarter. They spend many hours each week on time-consuming tasks with little time for the things that really move the business forward. They know that they need to do something or they'll stagnate, but they have no idea how to find the time to make it happen, or really even how. So why hire an executive assistant to begin with? Most small businesses struggle to keep up with workflow coming in. That's a big part of why 70% of all small businesses fail within the first 5 years. Leaders resist delegating tasks, trying to do everything themselves. One of the top 3 reasons why small businesses often fail is they just can't keep up with the growing demands. Those who make it work nights and weekends, devoting far more time than they would if they worked for someone else. Only a small portion of those, end up in a better position in terms of finances or quality of life by owning a business rather than working for somebody. Most of this comes down to time management, learning to delegate, and making the right hires. Here's some benefits of having an executive assistant. Henry David Thoreau said in his book, Walden, "There are 1,000 hacking at the branches of evil to the one who's striking at the root." Too often we spend all our energy trying to fix the results of different symptoms, instead of going to the root and fixing what is really happening there. The root here is the business owner, who needs to take control of their schedule by making smarter choices. The results here will reverberate throughout the entire organization. Here are some typical outcomes that leaders will see whenever they do hire an executive assistant for themselves. One of them is better attention to details and accuracy. Hey, look, let's just face it. As a business owner, you're good at the big picture, not the details. You hate getting drowned in the details and all that sort of thing, and accuracy suffers. The next thing is more efficient scheduling. You're removed from the personal, part of it and the emotional attachment of the schedule, and you're able to just outline how your scheduling needs to be effective. So you can block out times for important things, and your VA working as an executive assistant won't have that emotional attachment. They'll have loyalty to you. So you'll have more efficient scheduling. Another thing is improved team alignment. By you having the time to devote on focusing on the big picture and focusing on your team, you're going to have better team alignment. You'll be able to see what are the things that are truly affecting each and every one of them. Strengthen credibility and professionalism is another thing. Whenever people see you, you're the very first thing that they see about your company. If they see that you're organized and timely with whatever different things that you need to take care of, that is going to be a reflection on the rest of the business. They'll know that this is what to expect from you. Another thing is the ability to focus on strategic planning, leadership, and also growth. Taking all those other things off of you that are drowning you and keeping you from focusing on these will help you to allocate the time that you should to those 3 different core things. Hiring someone to free up an executive's time can make a massive difference in the company's success. The executive assistant won't just be handling tedious tasks, they'll be giving you back time to the leader so that you can do the things that move the business forward. And it also will help you to build trust with the clients. Just like I talked about before, they will see you're organized and structured and able to deliver upon your promises. You're the gateway that shows what the business is going to be like. A good executive assistant is a time management wizard. They also handle duties and take careful thought, planning, and also oversight, making them a tremendous asset to your organization. So what are some tasks that you need to give to an executive assistant? An executive assistant can greatly increase your efficiency by letting you focus on core priorities. So here's some tasks that executive assistants can typically handle for you. An executive assistant usually takes care of these different range of things, such as managing your email inbox, responding promptly and professionally to requests, Another is coordinating your calendar and optimizing it for productivity. Another is planning your travel and also sharing the details with whoever needs to know. Another important thing is preparing meeting agendas and also taking talking points. Taking notes during those meetings as well and making a summary for yourself. Here's a great thing that they can do for you is they can manage files using a well-organized system. They can help you create drafts and formatting different documents, also manage personal tasks like appointment setting. They can also do drafting of internal communications and also producing expense reports. Because organization is their super strength, a virtual executive assistant will probably do many tasks better than you and far more efficiently than you would. In some cases, an EA will also be a project coordinator, sending out deadline reminders and also ensuring that people complete the task on time. An EA may also compile research and also write briefs or talking points for key different topics. As the EA grows more familiar with your work, they'll be poised to take on more responsibilities like these that I've mentioned. So let's talk about using the delegation focus matrix that I've developed to help protect your time. Here's how to assess whether it's time for an executive assistant or not. Qualify how many hours per week you're spending on low-level tasks. Identify the bottlenecks, the tasks on your plate that just aren't getting resolved in a timely way. Then define the top 1 or 2 responsibilities that deliver the greatest value, like securing partnerships and sales, making key hires, outlining strategic plans, or maybe just leading your team. And then also, of course, there is the personal growth work that you need to do as well. Then you can block out the time for this first, things that add the greatest value. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Steve Covey presents a framework for evaluating the urgent versus important of tasks. This 4-quadrant matrix helps leaders to understand, as well as also anybody, to understand what tasks need to be offloaded and also what do they need to prioritize. Dan Martell also provides a similar matrix for prioritizing your task load. I've developed a hybrid between the two that will help you as a business leader, as an owner, to be able to know how to do this. We use it with all of our clients. In order to get a copy of it, just click the link inside of my bio and you can download my matrix and framework for hiring an executive assistant for free. It'll be a great tool for you to be able to understand what your time is worth and then what do you need to start offloading immediately. This framework will give you a guide on how to protect your time by minimizing interruptions and busy work. As you look at your task load, consider which quadrant each one falls into. Basically, you'll want to be removing everything that falls in the left 2 quadrants from your to-do list. That could mean automating it, delegating it to an assistant, or hiring a new staff member to take those tasks of those specialized areas like sales or accounting. As you're looking at this, ask yourself these questions as you review the tasks that are on your plate. Can it be easily automated? Using intake forms, email templates, and CRM workflows can make some of this repetitive tasks effortlessly for you. Can you easily train someone else to do it just as well or almost as well as you can? Remember the rule, 80% as good as you is 100% awesome. And then since your EA will be able to devote more focus to this, they'll probably do it better than you. HR tasks, sales, accounting, and also marketing are a few of the different examples that you need to figure out how to offload either to an executive assistant, automate, or hire a person to replace you in that area. Another question is, does it require your unique gifts and have a huge impact on the business? Look, protect your time for these activities. Things like launching strategic partners, negotiating with vendors, and developing your vision and overarching plans for the year fall into this category of things you need to protect your time for. They will fall to the right in the top quadrant for you. Will it enhance your skill as a leader over the long term? Self-investment activities aren't urgent, but they shape your ongoing growth and leadership. These are important things that should also be to the right, but to the lower quadrant. Before pairing clients with virtual executive assistants, we ask them a few different discovery questions to define their exact needs. We also ask them about the top 1 to 2 contributions to the business that they make. so that way we can plan their schedule around those needs. Then we help them identify the top 3 tasks that they need to offload as soon as possible to make this happen. Usually the things are like email management, calendar management, and data entry. So why I hired an executive assistant myself, this is my own personal story. I know personally from experience what a difference hiring an executive assistant can do for you and your business. In my company, I was trying to build a social media presence, develop promotional materials, and also handle a broad range of other tasks. I'd become the bottleneck holding us back. I needed to protect my time for this high level, sales and marketing duties, for being the face of the company and also building relationships with key clients. Also, I needed to keep on growing my leadership skills and also guiding the team to success. So I hired a marketer to help me create a streamlined plan for our marketing strategy. But still, it was a great plan, but I felt a bit deflated. How on earth was I going to have time to carry this out with all the other things that I was already doing? I was still the bottleneck. That's when I knew I had to hire an executive assistant to help me, to help my business. And it was hands down the best decision I could have made. Since then, I've been able to spend 80% of my time on high-level duties. My executive assistant side maintains the content calendar and handles countless other tasks in turn. I've gained back many hours every week for core activities, which has made a massive difference by letting us successfully expand. A virtual executive assistant can be a leader's greatest asset. For me, I know that it is mine. It's not just about the tasks that they handle, it's about the time that you get back for what delivers the most value. And by keeping you well organized and responding promptly to clients, a virtual executive assistant will help project an image of professionalism. That's why hiring an executive assistant won't just save you time, it can be a true game changer for you and your business. Wondering, should I hire an executive assistant? Or would you just like more in-depth understanding of how a virtual executive assistant can help strengthen you and your business? Hey, let's schedule a call and we can walk through some different introductory questions that will help you to understand your needs and how this can help you better. Along the way, you'll learn how an executive assistant can give you back your time for the things that deliver the greatest value. Also, remember, the link in my bio has got a couple of different frameworks in there. One of them is for hiring virtual assistants, the other is for hiring an executive assistant. Download it for free to get you started on how an executive assistant can help you and help your business to go to the next level.